We are in the 21st century and things are changing across the globe. And with respect to technology, things are coming up day in, day out. This is the Changemaker's Voice, and my name is Andy Opondinchi. Let's take our quotes for the week. We'll come back with more. I'm sure you got inspired by the quote you watched. This is the Change Maker's Voice. My name is Sandy Pondinchi, and I welcome you to the Change Maker's Voice right here on your Online TV with me and your Pondinchi. Let's find out who our guest is as we discuss one of key important issue and matter in our community and the world at large. We'll come back with more.
Kelvin Nyantaki Erdman is from the Bono region of Ghana but resides in Accra. He is an alumni of the Mafensipim Senior High School. Kelvin is the JCRC president of the Atlantic Hall in the University of Cape Coast. He's a passionate debater and public speaker, programmer, app developer, and anime fan. The young man believes that he is guided by God and goes by the facta non verba principle, which means acts not words. He is currently in the process of constructing a well-demarcated washing area in his hall and renovating of the hall's JKR in his tenure.
Hello, guys. You're warmly welcome once again to the Changemaker's Voice on your Online TV with me and your Pondinchi. This is the Changemaker's Voice, and I'm sure you now know who my guest is. This is Kelvin. Kelvin, welcome to the Changemaker's Voice. 2, 3. Empower your world. Yeah, so today is 17th May, and we are celebrating World Telecommunications and Information Society Day. There is a key importance on this topic where we need to lay emphasis on day in, day out. Things are changing and things are coming out with respect to technology. As we are in the 21st century, a lot of things are advancing. Today being 17th May, we are laying importance and celebrating World Telecommunications and Information Society Day. What does it mean, and what do we have to do in our bid to promote the agenda based on this day? So you can join us with your thoughts also in the comment section below. And before we zoom into the crux of the matter, I want to find out a bit about you, who you are, and then what you do on UC's campus. So, is Kelvin? Who is Kelvin?
The full name is Kelvin Yantechi Edman, level 400 BSc Information Technology student, the president of the Great Atlantic Hall of UCC, and also a debater. That's what I do in my leisure. My early childhood education started in Crown Prince Academy, that was in Accra. From there, I continued to Infant Pim School, Infant Pim Senior High School. And from there, I'm here in UCC pursuing information technology as a program.
As a program. Wow, I see. So, let's talk about your days in secondary school, as you have mentioned. When you were in secondary school, were you into any leadership roles and all that?
My time on Infanticum campus, I wasn't really into any leadership role. I had the vision, or I'd wanted to be the house prefect at some point, but I dropped that ambition and just focused on the academic aspect of things. And that was it. Because back then I was quite, I wanted to really be on the low, but I think my attitude.
Yes. So in secondary school, you didn't go for any leadership role?
No. Apart from my interest, actually, I just showed interest in one, but I didn't. I didn't follow up to it. So it was there's something we say in infant school: don't pass to the school, let the school pass through you.
Exactly.
But I would say I passed through the school a little bit. So
with respect to leadership.
Yes, with respect to leadership, I passed through the school a little bit.
So, Nyantichi.
Yeah, Nyantichi.
My audience together with me, Nyantichi a bit sounds familiar in our ear.
Yeah.
Do you have any relation to the former?
No, I have
is
no
it president?
Relation.
The former president of
GFA president.
Yes,
I have no relation to him. I've not even met him in person before.
Exactly, but you just share the same name.
Yes, we just happen to share the same.
Kelvin, could you take us back in how was life like when growing up?
Spent most of my life in Accra. Hardly left Accra to any other place. Maybe just once in a while you have a trip and you go to your hometown, from the Mahin Crew actually. So once in a while you go there, and it wasn't something we did often, but most of my life was in Accra. And even though I moved around a lot, I still maintained the same school. Like where I started crèche, that was where I completed.
So you commute from, or you go and come?
Yes,
travel.
Yes, everywhere. I think I've stayed at Achimota, Medina, Amasaman, North Kaneshi, a lot of places. But I still maintained the same school, Crown Prince Academy, I
When you
think.
say the same school from crèche
Yeah, from
to
crèche to
JHS.
JHS2, it was the same school
Okay.
throughout. I never switched school like how some
So you
people
never
do.
became
No, I
you never
never.
became what's the name? School prefect there. The
No,
way you stayed there, so you should have become a school prefect. Then they'll say,
no, no,
aha,
no, no.
this guy has the school at heart, and
See,
then he has become a school
at
prefect.
that point, you see, we saw leadership as a burden. See, when you see the leaders there and you are going up and down and you
Exactly.
are preparing speeches and you are doing this and that, it felt like a burden rather than service.
Yeah.
So we didn't have interest in that. We just wanted to we're just waiting for the closing bell to ring so that we go home and go and eat or do your personal
I
stuff.
see.
So
So finally, before we get to the crux of the topic, as we are discussing, today being Telecommunication and Information Society Day, we're proud to UCC. Have you always fine? You said you made mention about not taking roles in
yeah,
SS.
yeah, yeah.
When did you ever feel remorseful about it? Maybe after school. Why didn't I do this? Especially bringing up the take that don't let the school
Don't
or
pass
don't
through the
pass through the
school.
school, but they let the school pass through you. Did you ever feel remorseful?
No,
Yes or
not
no?
at all.
No.
I
Okay.
didn't.
So after secondary school, when did the aspiration for leadership quality or whatever it is began?
There's this thing sticker that I used to see. If it must be done, it must be done well. One thing I know about leadership, I understand about leadership is that you'd have to, if you want something to be done well, you have to put yourself in it. Because if I believe I can do something well and someone is there not doing it well, it will haunt me that you can actually do this and you've let someone who can do it. You get it? So the burden will be upon me that you had the idea, you had the skills to do that, but you're not doing it. So probably you don't have the right to complain about something. Because
Wow.
things I'd wanted to get involved in things, I decided that okay, I'll put myself into things. I'll not just be passive and laissez-faire and watch how things go. If I have idea or something that is my field and I believe I'm competent in that aspect, I'll put myself in the shoes and pick it up. So yeah, that was what motivated me to like seek, not necessarily seek, but put myself into places that I'll have the opportunity to positively influence, educate, and put the skills and knowledge I have to play.
I see. Okay, Kelvin, as a student of information technology, could you please let us know about what the course is all about,
Okay, so
especially to a layman's
the
understanding?
program information technology is a very wide field. We do database management, networking, cybersecurity, programming, and many others, multimedia, and many others
Okay,
under the field. So it equips you with the knowledge, skills, and ability so that wherever you find yourself in any aspect of technology that you happen to be under, you'll be able to use the skills and understanding you have gained from information technology to solve problems in that aspect. So that is what the program is about. It's a very vast field, but a lot of people, even at this point in time, in level 400, some people have majored in some of the aspects of IT. Some people are specialized in multimedia. Others are doing good in programming, app development, web development. Some people too are experts in cybersecurity. Because of how vast the field is, people tend to find something they are comfortable with and they stick to it. But here on campus, you are given the general basis for all of them so that whichever one you'd want to take upon yourself, you'd have an idea or general knowledge on it, on what you can do.
sure. Okay, so before Kelvin gives us his take on the celebration of Telecommunication and Information Society Day, I would want us to look at a background to the event. It says that the purpose for World Telecommunication and Information Society Day, that's WTISB, is to help raise awareness of the possibilities that the use of the internet and other information and communication technologies, ICTs, can bring to societies and economies, as well as of ways to bring the digital divide. 17th May marks the anniversary of the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention and the creation of the International Telecommunication Union. So, Kelvin, with this little research I've read and history in the background I've read to our audience to better understand the topic, what do you make of the event?
The event is a very good event in the sense that it creates awareness and draws people's attention to the importance or the necessity of technology and information technology in the lives of individuals. Because in our dispensation or in our outside of the world, we don't really see the importance of technology, or technology integration into our lives are not that major like that of the advanced countries. So with events like this, they draw attention, awareness. It helps stakeholders in this field collaborate and share ideas on what to do, and also promote best business practices. Because with regards to technology, it's a very vast field, and as much as there are good people, there are also bad people who use technology to cause harm to
Yeah.
other people. So such conventions give stakeholders the opportunity to communicate, promote good business practices, share how do you call it, breakthroughs in the technological aspects or technological world. And yeah, it's very good because it also an avenue for people to generate interest. For some people, someone will just watch one program or one setting at this event, and it's how do you call it, it initiates a zeal in them to pursue a field in information technology. Yeah.
Sure. So, in your submission, you made mention of other use the space for something good, other use for something bad. Let's talk about people that use the space for something bad. What do you make of it, and how best can we eradicate or stop them from doing such things?
Yes. One thing we learn under cybersecurity is motive. People have various motives for doing things. Some people have maybe financial, they need money, so that's financial motive. Other people want just to be disruptive, and many others, some people just want to show that, oh, okay, yeah, they can do it, they can break a system, they can crack a system, to like the pride or the adrenaline that comes out of it. See, everybody has the various reasons that they do, and no matter how justifiable a reason might seem, no reason is justifiable for you to use technology to harm someone. So we advise, or we tell people that, so for as much as they are there, you, the individual, have to take steps to protect yourself. If you are using a strong password, you don't repeat the same password for all your systems. You don't share your password to people. Some people, even wives and husbands, know their Momo password and that things. Probably feel that, oh, my relation, there's nothing
But
can happen
is
about it.
something wrong with it? Especially speaking about couples,
You see,
is there a problem with that?
when you think about the positive aspect, you have to think about the negative aspect. In times where there might be a problem, or there might be a division, separation, these people can use this information they have on you to cause harm to you. You
Okay.
get it. Sometimes that is what happens. You get it. That's what people leads to blackmailing and other things, because they have this information. As at the time you give the information to the person, you felt you trusted the person, and you can give that information to the person. But ideally, you are not supposed to do that. In information technology, there's information system security. There's something we call the CIA: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality basically means if you have been given authorization or passwords to your own things, or your items for yourself, it sticks with you. You don't give them to anybody, no matter the
No
circumstance.
matter no
Yes.
matter who the person is to
Yes.
you.
That is why even for mobile phones, iPhones, and other devices that we have passwords on, there are emergency contacts you can get access to without having to enter the password of the person, because they know that it is something that is supposed to be kept private to the individual. So if there's an emergency, there are buttons I can press on any phone that automatically sends you to an emergency contact you can call. You don't necessarily have to unlock someone's phone to call the person if there's an emergency. So
Okay.
this means that the business practice or things people understand. But in our side of the world, we take it lightly, and oh, I have nothing to hide. Oh. Not necessarily even that individual. For all you know, yes, the person will not use it against you, but unknowingly, the person will say it in a conversation or mention it out to someone who actually wants to harm you.
Wow.
You get it? So
Kelvin,
that is it.
I'm really getting engrossed in the conversation. I think that some of the bomb and the inspiration and the nuggets you are
Yeah.
sharing with us, I'm really getting interested. Finding out, you made mention of emergency something. When you take an iPhone and you are trying to open someone's password, I think well, you get to a way they write emergency call.
Yes.
I don't know with other
Yeah. Yeah.
gadget phones, but with iPhone, you write emergency call. I think you did mention on that. Could you explain what it means on that, or what it can be done if we are not around or someone is trying to harm us with that?
Okay. So I think there are a lot of features on smartphones these days that help with regards to that. I think even iPhone has a feature where if you happen to be in an accident, it automatically informs your emergency contact, and also calls the ambulance service and police service and fire service too, and sends them your location so that they can come and assist you. So
So when something happens to the owner of the phone.
yes, when something happens to the owner, there are sensors in the phone that detect these things. So let's say if there's a sharp decrease in acceleration, or the gyroscope, that is the device that checks the orientation of the phone, detects some sharp movement within some parameters, it can classify it as an accident because it's just a list of statements. Okay, the car was in motion. Yes, the car is in motion. It has stopped abruptly, and the pressure and the sound and all those things, it takes all these things. So if they match the parameter, it detects that, okay, there's an accident. So it informs emergency contacts, then also informs the police and the ambulance service as well.
Okay,
So
so the phone itself does
yes,
this
the
thing.
phone itself does this thing, but most of
Wow.
us don't know. So hardly do you see someone who has filled out their emergency contacts. People hardly do it. You
Okay.
get it? There's a session when you are saving your number and other thing, that emergency contact session. But people hardly utilize this tool
Wow.
because they don't know.
Sincerely speaking, I think
Yes,
I fall prey to this.
yes,
I've not
yes. A lot of
also.
people don't know that there are a lot of things you can do with your phone. Sometimes you
Wow.
just have to sit down, and when let's say there's a new update on your device, read what the new update is about, and you don't know where it might save, when or where it might save your life. So these are some of the things that technology has brought out that people don't know. So such events can draw awareness that, oh, you can fill out your emergency contact in case you should be in an accident, and you have that feature enabled or available on your device. Your emergency contact will be informed. It also sends the location of where the incident happened also to your emergency contacts, as well as the police and the ambulance service or the national emergency services to that location to help assist you. So these are among many features or many things that information technology has made it available, has made it possible to happen that we are not utilizing as individuals. So yeah, a program or a day like this can draw awareness to such things so that it helps promote good living and protect us.
Also following and continue with the conversation on the Telecommunication and Technology Society Day. Um, a bit information and history about it is that World Telecommunication Day has been celebrated annually on the 17th of May since 1969, as I said earlier, marking the founding of the ITU and the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention in 1965. It was instituted by the Plenipotentiary Conference in Malaga, um, Terrapolinos in 1973 as resolution. As part of it, the World Information Society Day in November 2005 had a World Summit on the Information Society and called upon the UN General Assembly to declare 17th May as the World Information Society Day to focus on the importance of ICT and a wide range of issues related to the information society raised. Least developed countries need digital investment. Over the past decade, the connectivity challenge has become more complex and demanding. Bringing everyone online is no longer enough. Meaningful connectivity, the possibility to enjoy a safe, satisfying, enriching, and productive and affordable online experience is a new imperative. Digital coalition is midway through the agenda to fulfill the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and which is supposed to end by 2030. The least developed countries, that's the LDCs, remain the world's largest untapped resource whose needs must be addressed to achieve the SDGs. Invest in these young, vibrant countries can drive sustainable growth for generations. Let's make 2024 a year of progress for digital transformation in the least developed country. And this also brings me to the question of asking you that what are some proposed issues of discussions as we celebrate the event today?
Okay, sure. So with that, I think in our dispensation, let me just go as an example. The discussion should be geared towards how we can link the various digital advancements or digital initiatives we have as a country. We can make it a centralized system that will make it interdependent or codependent on each other to promote effective use of information technology assets in the country. Let's say currently we have a digital address system. How well has the digital address system been integrated into the Ghana National Police or Ghana National Fire Service system or ambulance system, such that if I happen to have an emergency and I mention my digital address to them, they'll be able to come to the location. Get it? Even in the example I gave with this Apple devices,
Exactly.
if there happen to be an emergency, it just sends the digital address instead of the GPS coordinates to them. Because ideally, some of these things they just give you the coordinates. The route to the place is determined by the map. But in our dispensation, where our planning is not that
Yes.
of
Yeah.
the perfect type, how is this technology or how is this digital address system able to provide an alternative route if it happens that there's an emergency in the slums of wherever it is? How can these technologies help? So the technology shouldn't be made to just be standalone. We just create the system, we advertise it, we put it out there, people start patronizing, and that is the end of it. We don't hear about it anymore. An example is, let's say, with the COVID tracker, we could have made the system in a way that after COVID, which is no longer an image, it's no longer a pandemic, no longer a pandemic like we have now, the app will be repurposed to serve another thing. Maybe it will be a malaria tracker, a cholera tracker, something else. So we have to be more dynamic with system creation, and so that we can integrate it into other fields, or how do you call it, connect it with other things to make a seamless system out of it. Because if you make it an independent project, we do it, we forget about it. We make another independent project, we do it,
We
forget
forget
about it.
about it.
It tends to not promote key, it doesn't pick up the interest of people. But if they are linked, I know that, oh, if I get the GPS address and there's an emergency, by just mentioning my GHC, blah 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 blah, the police will come to, or whatever services will come. I don't have to mention Ablukuma First Light, number 4 house. Yes, you see, time is very important.
Exactly. And if the person is at the verge of death,
Yes. You
the
see, and
ambulance
even
also need
shock
to.
shock might not even let you remember some of these things. You get it? So we have to, the discussion, what I would hope that the discussion be about is to promote the linking of the various information technology infrastructure we have, or the programs or services we have out there, linking it to one centralized system that promotes effective usage or effective service to the people it was made for.
What do you make of the celebration of the global event over the years? Over the years, it has we have experienced or observed the World Telecommunication and Information Society Day, and there are some of the problems that you are bringing out that we are discussing today, being the 17th May of as we're celebrating the event. The years or the program has been observed over the years. Has it met its target? Has something been improved from where you sit as a student of UCC? What do you make of it over the years?
Yeah, I think yes, in some way it has been able to meet what it was brought out to do, in the sense that at these meetings or at these programs, people, industry stakeholders or big players in industries meet and discuss how things are going. They share ideas on plans and what they have for in the next decade, or what they have in respect to helping the society or in helping the environment through information technology. So yes, people meet, discuss, they share ideas, promoting best business practices with regards to the use of information technology systems. So yes, over the years, there's been numerous meetings, there have been numerous gatherings with regards to this specific thing, and I believe that with how the things we are seeing, with the innovations we are seeing around us, with the new things currently, the think the highlight is now AI and virtual reality. So like technology keeps updating itself, or new things keep coming up. So I believe that such celebrations are meeting at their purposes.
Is there a relationship between information technology and communication anyway?
Yes, especially if it deals with electronic communication. Electronic communication runs on the infrastructure provided by information technology. So if I want to send a message to you through WhatsApp, the mobile phone that I would use, the internet that will transfer the message to you, or even the end-to-end encryption, are all based on information technology, architecture of information technology, or the infrastructure provided by the service, the information technology
Okay.
service. So I would say they are, if not the same, they are directly together or directly linked, because you would need the infrastructure and architecture and resources of the information technology field to communicate effectively and well.
I
So
see.
yes, I would say
So,
they are.
Kelvin, from where you sit as a information technology student, what do you do in your bit to drum home the importance of this awareness as you're celebrating it today?
Okay, so what I do personally is educate people, especially on the sharing of passwords, get, and how the things they put on social media. Some people tend to put a lot of information, and that is very terrible. Sometimes we see that there's this notion that, oh, as soon as I deposit a lot of money in my mobile money account, scammers tend to call me. Say yes, because when it is payday, you share it on your status or you share it on your platform that payday at home. You see, all these things, those who do social engineering, they look at all these
But
things.
not cutting you short, but my contact list, I know they are not thieves, so and that's why I'm
No, you
posting it on my
can't, you
social media.
can't,
Although I don't do that, but what?
you can't tell who is a thief or not. We never know who is a thief until the person is caught. You get it? So any bit about your life, you are sharing it, and some people go as far as to even post their credit card, debit card, pictures of their credit card, debit card. Some post their passports, birth certificates.
Hey,
Look at
all
how
that.
cute I look in my passport. See, all these are informations people can use to steal your identity and perpetrate crime in your name. So what I do is educate people, especially when I see someone make any of these posts, I tell them to delete it. Because if there's an unscrupulous person in your contact, okay, today is payday, okay, so you have received this money, okay, then let's let a fraudster call you. And it happens to be that you just let your guard down and something like this happens.
Okay, so before we continue, that's your camera. I want you to educate us on what you do in maybe less than a minute or two about what you're talking about.
To those listening and those watching, let's be very mindful of what we put out on social media, especially our personal information, because these things can be stolen and our identities can be stolen as well. And also the information we share. There are some things, yes, they seem like
It's
it is
okay.
nice. There are things you want your friends to see and all, especially your location and places you are going and other things. But
Yeah, I'm
I would
fine.
advise that these things are information that those criminals who use social engineering can use as a means to get information or get things from you and cause harm to you. So kindly be mindful of the things you share on your status, on Twitter, Instagram, and other social media platforms you use. Some people seem to forget that when you are creating accounts, sometimes they ask for your mother's maiden name, the name of your pet,
As
the
all
fair.
those things are
Yes,
important.
all those things are important messages. If there should be no way of verifying, or they feel that the verification process you are following is not enough, they can use these things to identify you. So if your mother's maiden name, your mother's full name is something you share, it's on your social media, you've been posting. If your how do you call it, other security questions, your pet's name, sometimes you feel like it's insignificant. But these are things that people can use to gain access to your personal information and cause harm to
Wow.
you.
So, guys, and I think we should be extra cautious about the things we post online in general, but especially to respect to technology about certain things we post. You might not know because we have used this information
Yeah.
to fill things either in our bank account or
Yes.
information on our phone, so that it
Yes.
doesn't give other people access to our things that we are not giving them access to. So, moving on, you have aligned what you do in your bid to create awareness on the importance of the celebration. As a layperson or the our viewers out there watching us, what should they also do? Is there something, or what are some of the things they should do or they can do in creating awareness on the celebration or in this technological world that we find ourselves in the 21st century today?
Okay, so there's this quote. I don't know how to say if it's apply here or if you see something, say something.
Exactly.
Yes, with regards to technology, information technology, and its peripherals, if you feel that something is not right, you see suspicious activity on your device or on a friend's device or any other thing, inform them or inform somebody you think will be in the right place to help, because it is not dangerous until it harms. You see, and as there's this thing we are taught, no system is 100% safe. No matter how perfect a system is, no system is
So,
100. There's no system on earth that is
and
100% safe. Not
wow.
even the systems NASA have. Just that it will probably take a very long time for you to be able to break or crack their system, and that makes it unappealing to people. It can take no cipher can never be broken. But just that probably the time it will take you, it might take 2 or 3 lifetimes before you can break it.
But
That is what
definitely
this
you still
yes,
break
that
it.
is what discourages people from doing these things.
I
So
see.
notice that even the best iPhones about their security, if there's a need that your iPhone be unlocked today, it can be done. You have to be very cautious of some of the things you put out there, some of the things you communicate out as well.
Oh, I see. So, some fact figures here. Measuring digital development in 2022, that's last year's ago, an estimated 407 million people in least developed countries, that's LDCs, were using the internet. accounting for 36% of the population compared to 66% globally. The 720 million people still offline in least developed countries account for 27% of the global offline population, even though the LDC population account for only 14% of the world's population. So, as these figures that we have here and all that, in your final take, as we bring the discussion to a close, what are we to do in trying to, the internet is there and it will always be there, and as we are advancing, it also advancing. What can we do to promote whatever we put on social media with respect to technology, and also as the internet advances, we'll be able to also gain the knowledge we need to do in coordinating with the internet with respect to the things we post and all that.
Okay, so some people ideally they fear the internet. They have this phobia of the internet, and that people are always watching them. So no matter what you do or you tell them, they are not going to use the internet. So with such people, you just have to promote or let them see the positive aspect of it, and as individuals ourselves, help mitigate the negative aspect of it, because there's certainly going to be negative aspects. But let's promote the positive aspect by engaging in it ourselves, educating people, showing people simpler ways or means by which they can make life easy. Because that is the purpose of information technology. Its purpose is to make life easy for each and every one of you, each and every one of us.
Yeah.
So if we let people see how easy and convenient it has made our lives, they will be tempted that, oh, okay, let me pursue such an app or such a service. An example is with Uber. When I first heard about Uber, I was like, wow, I can just coin. It comes directly to my house and picks me up. Like, the convenience of it made me adopt it. And since the first time I installed the app, anytime I change my phone to get a new app, they are part of the first. It's part of the first apps I installed because of the convenience that has
Okay.
brought into my life. So you should let people know the convenience. You shouldn't keep things that are going to be beneficial or can help influence people's decision with how they use the internet or internet information technology resources.
I see. Wow. So it's unfortunate this where time will allow us to discuss, but before we go, quickly give us your final take based on the topic.
The aim of information technology is to help solve problems, real life problems around us. So my little advice to us all is that we should identify a problem and see how we can use information technology to solve such problems and make money or make ourselves happy as individuals with the positive impact we can make on ourselves and others as well.
Okay, guys. So as you have heard it from our guest here, that's Kelvin Nyantechi
Edmund.
Edman.
Yes.
Yeah. So, guys, he has given us a lot of nugget inspiration on how to keep our things safe with respect to technology. This way, time will allow us to have a discussion on the topic as we celebrate the World Telecommunication and Information Society Day. Whatever you are doing, there is a lot of ways you can do to also promote this event. We have gotten to the voice segment. Let's go and get ourselves motivated and listen to this and watch this video. So we'll come back with more.
I'm in my 80s, and this is what I wish I knew in my 20s and 30s. Say yes to as many experiences as possible. Yes. Life is to be lived, and once you get to my age, hopefully you've done all the fabulous things that life has to offer. I never wake up thinking, I wish I could have done more. Don't wait for your life to happen. You have to live it now.
You're warmly welcome back. I'm sure you get motivated by the video you just watched. Let's motivate ourselves and use our voice to inspire others. It could be something little. It could be within your community, you being on campus, in your school, even in your lecture hall. There's something you are doing, and know that that voice is inspirational. And that's why we are here at Makers Voice, to bring you on board for us to also inspire ourselves, uplift our voice, and also empower our world. We have gotten to the final segment of the show, which is the Chain Makers Fun segment. When we come back, we'll find out how smart Kelvin Edman is, as he has given us some top-notch nuggets and key points or other stuffs on how to keep our security on our phones and other stuff. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Warmly welcome back. This is the Changemakers Voice. My name is Andy Pondinchi on Andyopon Online TV. This a mission we're embarking on to uplift our voice and also empower our world. And it's time for us to find out how smart Kelvin Nyantichi Edman is. Kelvin, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm sure you're wondering what question or whatever I'm coming to. You're coming to play, but you find out very soon. So Kelvin Edman. Okay, so Kelvin, are you ready for the game?
I'm ready for
Yeah, the rule of the game is that we are putting the days of the week in alphabetical order, starting with Friday, and the timer on it is 15 seconds, and it starts now. Okay, so I guess it's time. So I myself wasn't able also to do much. And Kelvin, let me see what you have.
Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and
Okay, I
Wednesday.
also have Friday, Monday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that's what I was able to do. So the
Saturday
answer,
S comes before.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. The answer is what you are seeing on your screen. So starting from Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So these are the days of the week arranged in alphabetical order, starting on Friday. So you see, this is how we had fun with Kelvin Nyantichi Edman to see how smart he is. But I must commend him that he did well. He was able to put Friday first, which you have here. Monday came, but just that he brought
Saturday and Sunday.
Tuesday and he made Saturday and Sunday. But all the same, there's no harm in trying. I'm sure when he meets this question somewhere someday, we'll be able to answer. So that's what we have for you on the Change Maker's Voice fun segment. Let's take a quick breather. We'll come back with more. Yeah, warmly welcome back to the Changemaker's Voice with me and your Pondichi on your Online TV, where we give voices to the less privileged or whatever people are doing in their little way in their community that is not seen much to come together to uplift our voices and also empower our world. I'm sure you got inspired and you are still laughing with the game we just played with Kelvin Nyantichi Edman. The question of the day is that we are asking, should we give or should we invest in technological areas where much focus is not in? And if so, what are some areas or some technological areas that you think we should invest in? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And it's unfortunate this where time will allow us to celebrate and discuss the importance of the World Telecommunication Day and Information Society Day. Today being the 17th of May, there's a lot we can do by promoting the agenda. There's a lot we can do as our interviewers, as Kelvin has taught us, by keeping our mobile phones and other stuff safe. Let's do these things and promote ourselves and keep our lives safe using technology as well. The internet is vast and it has a lot of information which you can also use to abreast yourself. This is Andy Pondinchi, and then if you want more information, you can log on to our website on www.andyopon.com and also visit our YouTube page on Andyopon Online TV to catch other episodes of this program and other stuff. This has been the Changemakers Voice, and my name is Andy Pondinchi. See you soon on the flip side. Bye bye.